to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
We're back. For
You know, it's so funny.
what?
What is that from, Poltergeist?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Which made me just think of more of an Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. I'll be back.
I'll be back. But here we are. We are back for yet another episode. And we are smack dab again in the middle of emotional intelligence. And what we've been doing is looking through the 5 composites, 15 subscales that make up the EQI 2.0. And we are currently on the decision-making composite. So the decision-making composite is... There's 3 subscales. We have problem solving, reality testing, and impulse control. And I love this one, Karen Sullivan, because it shows how much emotions play a part in all 3 of these.
Yeah, they do. And one of the things, too, it's when you take these elements, and it really is about how are you managing yourself and your emotional world while being able to kind of navigate decisions, right? While being able to navigate problems that pop up. So with this, it's about really, how realistic are you? Can you be that grace under fire? And it's about really being able to arrive at solutions and dealing with everyday kind of stuff that happens.
I love it. So where are we going from here?
We're going to problem solving first.
Great.
And problem solving it's relating to your ability and tendency to both solve problems that involve emotions and to use emotions as an effective problem solving tool. It's like 2 things in one.
That makes me think of double mint gum.
Double mint, and like they crack into each other in those old TV commercials.
That's right.
Yep. 2, go.
2 things in one. So the interesting thing about problem solving that you said, it's about that it involves emotions and it uses emotions. And so that is something that Karen and I say time and time and time and time and when time again.
Primarily a lot.
A lot. That emotions are data.
All the time. Data.
And so it's about, do you hear a weird noise in our house?
No.
Okay, good. Let's just keep going and hope we're okay.
So it's not like ADT is going to call when the alarm is going off because we don't hear it.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I heard something that went bump in the night.
And it could have.
Yeah. Okay, back on the problem solving. So basically, it's about using the emotional data to be able to help us. So this is about how do we show up? Are we collaborative? How do we have compromise? How do we do discussions and negotiations? How do we manage difficult conversations? So many of those things involve sometimes heightened emotion. So how comfortable are you with that? How can you pull upon other composites and subscales to be able to have you go more level-headed into conversations and problems and also understanding what's happening when you get triggered?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Even understanding what happens when you get triggered. But this is really about, being able, and it was kind of like I was thinking before, it's like that grace under fire, right? How do you solve things when you're upset, right? How do you solve things when things are going sideways? Do you go sideways with them? Do you get tunnel vision? Do you just freeze, right? Are you not able to actually come up with solutions because things are going a little bit off?
Great. All right. Where are we moving on to next?
Oh, we're going to do reality testing.
I love reality testing because it ties so much into MSU.
Oh, totally.
Right?
So reality testing is the ability and tendency for you to assess the here and now. It's reality in the given moment or situation. And so it's really what's actually going on and compare that to your fantasy of what's going on. So the shit that you're making up.
That's right. So MSU, you probably have heard us talk about it before, and that stands for make shit up. And basically, we do that a lot around situations. This is never going to work out. They think I'm an idiot. They aren't responding to me. I'm going to get fired. So reality testing is about not getting triggered by your emotions to be able to, so that you. We don't want you to fly off the handle, but we want you to be able to objectively say what's true. What thought am I having that is creating this emotion in me? How accurate? Is it based on fact? Is it based on fiction? How objective can I be? And reality testing is about removing the drama from the various situations that are going on.
You know, I think that what this feels like for me too. It's about being grounded. It's about being plugged into what's really real and not getting wrapped up in the stories or like the drama that you just said. So it's knowing where you are, knowing what you're doing, being so tuned in to the real world, and you're not gonna say, okay, great, there's the tattoo guy over with Fantasy Island, because that's not real, right? It's like what's really real and what's really real right now.
So I gotta tell you, she's talking about the tattoo guy, and I'm like, I'm thinking of like maybe just the local tattoo artist and what's happening. Then she pulls in Fantasy Island, which some of you have to be sort of around our age to be able to go from the Love Boat to Fantasy Island, which was like every Saturday night. But that tattoo was, he was a host. He was, anyway, it's from a long time ago.
Very long ago. But the thing is, this is about real, right? This is about real, what's going on, and not inserting a bunch of nonsense that doesn't work for you.
Love it. Last one is impulse control.
Impulse control relates to your ability or willingness to delay an initial temptation to do or say something. It's about filtering actions or expressions as appropriate. And just so you know, Jen, in case you were curious, this is my lowest score.
Oh, I believe it. Add to cart, add to cart, add
Favorite
to
three
cart.
words. Favorite three words.
Right? So Karen does have pretty low impulse control. So if you say to Karen, hey, you know what do you think about hopping in the car and let's just drive out to California like in 20 minutes? She's like, yeah, let's do it. She buys things fast. She makes decisions fast. She says yes fast. She says no fast. So it's actually great because it adds a lot of adventure and excitement into both of our lives. I actually, depending on the topic, I'm pretty good. Like you say you want to drive to California, I'll go with you.
Totally. And one of the things here with impulse control, though, this makes me think of, and it's funny, I used this example the other day. The impulse control is ready, aim, shoot, right? So if you think about that, right, you get ready, you aim, and then shoot, metaphorically speaking, at something. With low impulse control, like for me, I shoot, ready, aim,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go, oh, maybe I perhaps shouldn't have said that, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. But that's another part of impulse control. It's being able to kind of see something and to evaluate something before kind of jumping in.
Yeah. And the flip side of that is people who have high impulse control that is like over or done is, they don't, there's no spontaneity. They take too long to make decisions. They sometimes will, not act on things. So it's pretty interesting, right, to see how these three composites, I'm sorry, subscales of problem solving, reality testing, and impulse control really go into making decisions.
Yeah, and if you think about somebody with really high impulse control, that's it, right? Their ability to kind of have that a little bit of that filter, right? That little bit of that breath of that time out before they actually engage and do something or say something.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps up that particular composite. And we just want to say if you want to know what your scores are for all of these in the EQI 2.0, contact us to be able to give you an assessment and be able to get your own report and get coached around it. So that's one option. You can just email us at Karen@kickstartyouredge.com. And if you're a coach looking to get certified in EQI2, we do have a certification class starting in November of 2020, and you can go to kickstartyouredge.com/EQI. Hope to see you there.
And Jen, just a heads up, next time we're going to talk about my 2 highest subscales.
Excellent.
All right, let's go. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.